Bueckers, you bet! Off to Bueckers, wide open three, is good! Bueckers the three, is good!
The 2025 NCAA Trophy, over 2,000 points in 102 games, $1 million NIL deals. These are the things people often mention when talking about Paige Bueckers. But behind the dazzling spotlight and the resounding fame of UConn's Golden Girl lies a tear-stained story few know about. Growing up in a family torn apart by divorce, the months of despair following devastating injuries, and the moment she thought she'd lost everything when sensitive photos leaked online. So, what happened on her journey from heartbreak to blazing glory? Join us as we uncover the hidden corners few could have imagined about America's most beloved basketball star, Paige Bueckers, right now.
Can you hear? Is this me? Thank you.
Growing up with the pain of a broken family. Born on October 20th, 2001 in Edina, Minnesota, Paige grew up in a family where love was ever present, but cracks were undeniable. When she was just 3, her parents, Bob Bueckers and Amy Fuller, divorced. It was a shock no child could easily endure. Can you imagine it? A tiny girl with clear, innocent eyes still learning to see the world, suddenly watching her home split into 2 pieces? Bob stayed in Minnesota while Amy moved to Billings, Montana after remarrying. Paige, like a fledgling bird caught between 2 skies, had to learn to adapt to that divide. But life didn't pause for Paige to catch up. She grew up in St. Louis Park, near Edina, in the arms of her father, a former high school basketball player who became her first coach. Bob didn't just teach Paige how to shoot, he ignited her passion. When she was little, we'd play with any ball around the house, Bob once shared in a 2020 Bleacher Report interview. A father and his tiny daughter passing the ball and laughing under the fading park sunset. These were beautiful moments, but also the first drops of sweat in a far from easy journey. Paige didn't just play basketball from age 5. She tried Little League baseball, played goalkeeper in soccer, even tackled football. But in first grade, as if guided by her heart, she chose basketball, the sport that would later define her life. Maybe you've had a moment like that, when your heart whispers something grand, even if you can't yet name it. For Paige, it was when she realized basketball wasn't just a game. It was where she could pour everything, joy, sorrow, and the voids left by her family's distance. Her early years weren't without struggles. Living apart from her mom and siblings, Ryan and Lauren from her mother's side, Drew from her father's, she faced loneliness head-on. Some days, while friends chattered about their whole families, Paige quietly hugged her ball, finding solace in every shot. But from those scars, she forged a steel will. Bob once told Ballast Life how they'd watch Lakers games together, pointing at Kobe Bryant and saying, "Look how he plays under pressure." Those words sank deep, like seeds planted in a young girl learning to rise after every fall. Before stepping into the high school basketball spotlight, Paige was an ordinary girl with big dreams, facing tough days. She didn't have it all, but she had her dad's love, perseverance, and a ball, enough to turn tears into strength. That journey, before Paige buckets echoed across courts, proves that sometimes rocky starts lead to the brightest peaks. But talent alone wasn't enough. To become Paige Buckets, she embarked on a grueling path where success came at the cost of extraordinary effort and falls that seemed impossible to recover from. An ACL injury that nearly shattered her career. Paige Bueckers' career isn't a straight line to glory. It's a rugged journey soaked in sweat, tears, and unyielding resolve. Though that blonde girl showed basketball promise early on, playing in the park with her dad, becoming the Paige Buckets the world knows today meant overcoming challenges that could take your breath away just hearing about them. It all started brilliantly when Paige arrived at UConn in 2020. Her freshman season was an earthquake, averaging 20 points per game, becoming the first freshman to win the Naismith Player of the Year award. Picture it, a 19-year-old playing in empty arenas due to the pandemic, yet making all of America turn their heads. UConn reached the Final Four, and though they lost to Arizona, people believed a title was only a matter of time. But life is never that simple. Her sophomore year, Paige kept shining, leading UConn to the 2022 NCAA championship game. Then, fate struck. In August 2022, she tore her ACL, a dreaded injury for any athlete. Her entire 2022 to 2023 season vanished. Have you ever felt the world crumble beneath you? Paige was there, sitting in rehab, watching her teammates play on a screen, her heart tearing apart. But she didn't give up. "I learned to love basketball again," she told ESPN in a 2024 interview. It wasn't just words, it was a promise to herself. Her 2023 to 2024 comeback was a rebirth story. She adapted her game, cared for her body with Pilates and a strict diet. The result? A career-high 21.9 points per game, leading UConn back to the Final Four. Though they fell to Caitlin Clark and Iowa in the semifinals, Paige's eyes no longer showed defeat. They burned, a flame kindled through her darkest days. The pinnacle came in 2025, her final UConn season. With Ozzie Fudd and Sarah Strong by her side, Paige didn't have to carry the load alone. She played efficiently, smartly, and led UConn to their first NCAA title in 9 years, crushing South Carolina 82-59. In the final game, she scored 17 points, surpassing legend Maya Moore as UConn's all-time NCAA tournament scoring leader. As the buzzer sounded, Paige hugged Coach Gino Auriemma, tears streaming down. It wasn't just a game won, it was a journey triumphed. From lonely post-injury days to hoisting the trophy, Paige proved falling isn't the end. She's a beacon for anyone who's ever thought they couldn't get back up. Her career isn't just stats, it's a tale of faith, patience, and the power to turn dreams into reality against all odds. And that journey didn't end with the championship. After years battling pain and pressure, Paige emerged from the shadows, not just to play, but to master a bigger game, turning her name into wealth and her dreams into an empire. An impressive asset empire for a female athlete. Paige Bueckers, a name that once belonged to a blonde-haired girl clutching a basketball on a small park court in Edina, Minnesota, has now exploded into a symbol of resilience and wealth. From her days struggling with injuries, the lonely nights in the recovery room, she has risen. Not just on the court, but also in the realm of finance and personal assets. Now, Paige is not merely a talented athlete, but a shrewd investor, turning every moment on the court into tangible business opportunities. Her net worth as of April 2025 is estimated to range from $1.5 to $2 million, an impressive figure for a 23-year-old athlete yet to enter the WNBA. This wealth comes from multiple sources, not just her athletic prowess, but also her exceptional business acumen. Paige is one of the most prominent faces when it comes to NIL, name, image, likeness deals. Each of her scoring plays is a media leverage, spreading her name across multi-million-dollar advertising campaigns. According to On3, her NIL value reached $1.4 million in the 2024-25 season, with over 20 leading brands such as Nike, Gatorade, Bose, and Verizon eager to collaborate. A girl who once played basketball in the park has now become the face of a new generation of athletes, those who shape both sports and the market. Behind the spotlight, Paige is gradually building her own asset empire. Among these, real estate stands out as a clear mark of her maturity and personal branding. She currently resides near the UConn campus for convenient training, but with a steady income and growing reputation, her ability to invest in real estate is entirely reasonable. A high-end apartment in the Stores area, where UConn is located, could be an ideal choice for relaxing after intense training sessions. According to Realtor.com, the price of such apartments ranges from $300,000 to $500,000, with premium amenities like an indoor pool, private gym, and modern security systems. Further geographically, but closer spiritually, is her hometown of Minnesota. A lakeside house in Edina, where Paige grew up, could very well be her next investment. With an open design, cozy interior, lake views, and peaceful space, this house is not just a refuge, but also a symbol of returning after a challenging journey. The estimated value is between $800,000 and $1 million. It's the perfect sanctuary for days when she needs to find peace, and a testament that success can also take the form of memories. From real estate to vehicles, Paige is gradually completing the picture of a life she once dreamed of. Although she has never publicly revealed her car collection, her dynamic lifestyle and clear direction lead many to believe that Paige's garage is filled with high-end models. The Tesla Model Y, an electric car priced around $65,000, is an easy guess thanks to its modern design, smart features, and particularly its fit with the image of a young person concerned about the environment. This is not just a car, but a statement of a green and minimalist lifestyle. Additionally, the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, a symbol of strength and adventure, also suits Paige's fighting spirit. Priced around $55,000, this off-road vehicle represents her independent personality, her trips through Minnesota's white snow, or her journey to find freedom after the spotlight. If she wants to combine class and performance, the Range Rover Velar, a luxury sports SUV, is a worthy choice. Estimated at around $75,000 with premium leather interior, advanced technology, and smooth handling. Whether on city streets or back in the countryside, this car carries the look of a true star. The total value of her car collection could range from $150,000 to $200,000, a deserving figure for a young athlete rising to the top. Each car is a piece showing that Paige lives with her own aesthetic, practicality, and a spirit that always moves forward. However, her financial strength is not just in tangible assets. Paige also owns shares in the Unrivaled Basketball League, a professional league founded by her and a group of female athletes. Investing in a league while still in college is unprecedented. The value of this investment could reach hundreds of thousands of dollars and will increase as the league expands and commercializes effectively. This is a strategic move, not only helping her assert her long-term vision, but also creating a legacy for future generations. Furthermore, Paige has trademarked Paige Buckets for her own sportswear line. In an era where personal branding and fashion intersect strongly, a personal brand is a weapon that helps her break through on the business front. Hoodies, joggers, t-shirts all bear her personal touch. And more importantly, each product sold is another step for Paige to turn her fame into sustainable revenue in the future. From the small lakeside house in Minnesota to the luxury car collection, from multi-million-dollar deals with Nike and Gatorade to co-founding her own league, Paige's journey is a perfect illustration of the comprehensive athlete model in the 21st century. She is not just a basketball player, but also a businesswoman, a founder, and an inspiring icon for an entire young generation. But make no mistake, success for Paige is not only measured by contracts or real estate. She lives her own way, boldly and unconventionally, from her hands assembling Lego pieces to her VIP seat at the NBA Finals. Obsessed with priceless puzzle pieces. One of Paige's notable pleasures is her passion for Legos. Not the ordinary sets you find at toy stores, but intricate creations that demand hours of meticulous work and creativity. In a 2025 interview with Mind Body Green, she shared that Legos became her relaxation therapy a year prior. Picture her in a quiet room, soft light illuminating the tiny pieces, her hands, once scoring dozens of points on the court, now patiently assembling bricks into masterpieces. It's not just a game, it's how Paige finds her peace, a luxurious escape from the pressures of fame and intense matches. But Paige doesn't stop at enjoying her time within four walls. She uses the money earned from multi-million-dollar deals with Nike and Gatorade to travel the world, living like a true star. In the summer of 2024, she appeared at New York Fashion Week, dazzling in haute couture outfits, mingling with the trendy crowd. Sportskeeda captured that moment as she strode amidst the flashing lights, not just an athlete, but a style icon. These trips aren't cheap. First-class tickets, five-star hotels, and dinners at luxurious restaurants. But for Paige, it's how she reminds herself that life isn't just sweat and tears, but also moments of well-deserved splendor. She also loves attending WNBA and NBA games, not as a player, but as a high-end spectator. In the summer of 2024, Paige was at Game 2 of the NBA Finals, sitting in VIP seats, enjoying the electric atmosphere from a perspective only those willing to spend big can afford. It was a moment when she blended into the crowd yet stood out with her radiant smile as if reliving a childhood dream, not to compete, but to enjoy. The expensive tickets, the premium wine in the VIP lounge, all were rewards she gave herself after months of battling injuries and pressure. Additionally, Paige enjoys digital painting on her iPad, a seemingly simple hobby that exudes sophistication. She once told Mind Body Green that color by numbers helps her relax in a strange way. Think about it, a star with a packed schedule, sitting down with an iPad, each stroke of color mirroring how she built her career. It's the luxury of time, something money can't directly buy, but Paige has used her talent to earn. Paige Bueckers' life is proof that sometimes luxury isn't about expensive items, but about how you savor each moment. From Legos, fashion, to far-flung travels, she lives life to the fullest, just as she plays basketball, fiercely, uniquely, and inspiringly. As usual, these are Paige Bueckers' hobbies and interests that we've gathered from various sources. If you want to know more about her behind-the-scenes life, we encourage you to explore other sources for the most accurate information. After months of enjoying her dream life, Paige began to face real storms. No longer the flashing lights or cheering crowds, but moments that shook her image intensely. The controversial leaked photos, the biggest shock hit in April 2024 when unauthorized sensitive photos of Paige surfaced online. Per Heavy.com, it broke on April 21st, rattling the women's basketball community. Paige spoke out on X on April 23rd. "The devil works hard, but God and the people around me work harder." Her words carried raw emotion, but couldn't erase the violation. Her image twisted into perverse entertainment. Public opinion split. Some rallied in support, empathizing with her pain. Others criticized, arguing a star like Paige should have been more cautious in this risky digital age. Betrayal crept into the hearts of those who saw her as a role model, not because she erred, but because she landed in a spot that tarnished her light. It didn't stop there. In September 2024, Paige was dragged into a legal mess when Robert Cole Parmalee, a 40-year-old from Oregon, was arrested for harassing and threatening her. The Guardian reported Parmalee sent bizarre Instagram messages since February, claiming royalty and demanding to marry her. It peaked when he appeared near UConn, forcing her to call police over safety fears for herself and her family. In her statement, Paige admitted to paralyzing fear, a mental wound no jump shot could heal. Public reaction buzzed again, Some pitied her, but others turned away, suggesting her fame made her a target, that she wasn't tough enough for stardom's price. Fueling the fire, an April 6, 2025, X-post from at Sidkermis slammed Paige for promoting alcohol to a largely underage audience. "I love her, but this isn't okay," they wrote, attaching an event photo. Though no proof showed she targeted kids, the debate flared, raising questions about an idol's duty. Her image, once a beacon of effort, now tied to recklessness, disappointing many who felt she'd lost the values they cherished. Paige Bueckers isn't just a player anymore. She's the center of fierce debates, every move judged. From leaked photos to a stalker to irresponsibility claims, each scandal stabs at the perfect image she built. Can she reclaim trust, or is her glow forever dimmed by indelible stains? Time holds the answer, but for now, Paige Bueckers isn't just pride. It's a heartache for those who once believed. Amid the chaos, with fame dissected and her image attacked, what surprises most isn't the controversies, but how Paige guards her private world. Dating her dog. As of now, there's no hint Paige Bueckers is married or even in a serious relationship. In a February 2025 GQ interview, she said, frankly, "I'm focused on basketball. The dating world out there is too crazy." It's not just a statement, it mirrors years poured into her craft. Look at her path from the 2022 ACL tear, watching teammates from the sidelines, to lifting the UConn title. And you'll see why she keeps her heart in a calm corner, far from romantic turbulence. It's a quiet sacrifice we've all faced at life's big crossroads. Still, Paige isn't totally closed off about her personal life. On August 1st, 2024, she jokingly posted on X about an ideal date with her dog, captioned, "A perfect date." Her smile in that photo is a sunbeam, a reminder that while she's not ready for romance, she finds joy in small things. You can feel her authenticity in every word, every shared moment. No flash, no show, just a young woman being true to herself. Family is where Paige anchors her heart. She grew up amid her parents' split. Bob and Amy divorced when she was 3, but their love for her never faded. Amy told the Hartford Courant after Paige's injury comeback, "I have to be at every game." Bob, her first coach, remains her rock. Paige, the eldest of 3 siblings, Drew, Ryan, and Lauren, draws strength from that bond. In a rare 2025 Essentially Sports opening, she said, "They're everything to me." It's her solace when the spotlight dims and she just wants to be herself. Marriage, for Paige, it's still an unopened chapter. She quipped to GQ that her COVID-era classmates would be her bridesmaids, then quickly added, "I'm not thinking about a wedding yet." After years battling pressure and expectations, she's savoring freedom. No ties, no rush. She picks basketball as her companion, family as her harbor, letting her heart rest until the right person arrives. It's not glamorous, but it's beautiful in its own way, stirring admiration and emotion for a soul both fierce and tender. Beyond an athlete's frame, Paige is stretching her influence past the sidelines. Her quiet acts, from community kindness to teammate loyalty, truly define the worth she carries on her path. Supporting sports, education, and nutrition for hundreds of thousands of students. Beneath the jersey bearing number 5, Paige Bueckers carries not only the desire to win, but also a heart that knows how to share. When people mention her with titles or clutch shots in the NCAA, few might know that behind that aura is a person quietly fulfilling her duties to the community. No fanfare, no trumpets, just kindness. In 2022, Paige launched the Paige Bueckers Foundation under the management of Greater Twin Cities United Way. She didn't create a charity just to score image points. She wanted to address the root causes of opportunity gaps that young people and their families face. From sports to education, from nutritional support to healthcare access, each area is targeted and supported in depth by the foundation. This isn't a spontaneous act. It's the result of a girl who grew up in Edina, where she witnessed firsthand the gap between those who have and those who don't. Paige also didn't stand by when her university needed help. Alongside Chegg Inc., she donated $50,000 to Husky Harvest, an internal food bank at UConn. But Paige didn't just sign a check and leave. She appeared on the scene, packing food boxes and chatting with students. These images didn't make magazine covers, but they were etched in the hearts of those who witnessed them. This concern was also shown in her collaboration with Good Sports, an organization that provides sports equipment to underprivileged schools. $65,000 was converted into basketballs, training shoes, and uniforms for programs in Minneapolis, Washington, D.C., and Montana. In Los Angeles, she allocated a $50,000 grant to the Restore Play LA program. For Paige, a child with a ball in their hand is also a child with hope. And when she's not handing out gifts or donating, she still appears at Special Olympics, Make-A-Wish, or Connecticut children's events. Not out of obligation, but because she believes in the value of presence. She understands that sometimes just a hug or a good luck wish is enough for someone to feel seen. And then everything she built brought Paige to her most glorious moment, where she shone on the NCAA stage, ready to step into a promising new chapter. Conquering College Basketball's Summit. On April 7, 2025, Paige Bueckers stood atop college basketball, clutching the NCAA trophy after UConn's 82-59 rout of South Carolina. It wasn't just a perfect season's peak, averaging 19.2 points per game, but a tearful goodbye to Storrs, where she grew from a post-injury rookie to a legend. You could feel her heart pound as she hugged Gino Auriemma, eyes sparkling with joy and the ache of a closing chapter. Now, Paige is soaking in her final UConn days. Post-win, she tweeted, "Thank you, Storrs. Thank you to my family on this court." It's heartfelt gratitude, but also an end to an era. With 2,000 career points in 102 games, outpacing Maya Moore's scoring rate, she's etched in history. Yet, she's not resting. She's living every second, from teammate hugs to quiet family nights, clinging to every feeling before a new world beckons. Her 2025 future is a dazzling blank page. She's confirmed for the April 14th WNBA draft, where Dallas Wings are near certain to pick her #1. Imagine her stepping on stage, beaming yet hands trembling, not from fear, but excitement for what's next. Then, in 2026, she'll join Unrivaled League, the 3x3 circuit she's NIL signed and part owns. "I want to grow this sport," she told GQ, "not just a promise, but a fire within." Paige Bueckers in 2025 embodies transition, from a Minnesota girl felled by injury to a star set to conquer the WNBA. She carries old pains, victory's joy, and a hunger to leave a mark. As she strides forward, your heart stirs, not just for her talent, but for a dreamer who fell, dared greatly, and soared higher than ever. Finally, we're not responsible for any interpretation or application of this content. Viewers should assess, verify, and engage selectively. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for watching. Every story, every detail of Paige Bueckers' journey we've shared is our passion, hoping to spark inspiration and emotion, reflecting on what we've overcome. If this resonated, hit like. It's a great way to support more quality content. Share it if you think it'll brighten someone's day. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that red button. We promise not to disappoint with what's next. Thanks for being here. See you in the next video.